Mateo, I just sent you some vegetables I harvested from the field. I think this year's crop turned out quite well. Let me know what you think once you've had a chance to taste them.
Thanks, sis. Any recommendations on what to try first?
I'd have to say the asparagus. It took some time to grow them.
Wow, I'm looking forward to trying them. Thanks for sending so much. It's really helpful. Recently, vegetables have become expensive. I can't afford to buy them much.
Sure, prices have risen, but aren't there still vegetables within your budget? Isn't the supermarket near your house fairly cheap?
Yes. That's true, but I'm barely making ends meet.
That much? Should I send some more then? I only give out the good-looking ones since I grow them as a hobby. If you don't mind ones that look a little off, I have plenty more.
Really? I have some. I'm really happy. I'm really sorry for all the trouble.
Oh, it's nothing. Your company is quite big, isn't it, Mateo? You and your wife Ruby live together. Does it really cost that much to live?
When you get married, there are always things that cost money. We aren't both working, Ruby isn't very strong, right?
Ah, right. You mentioned she's frail. So part-time work is out of the question?
It seems so, but I'll do my best. I knew this when I married her, so I have to be the one to earn money. I've been studying to take on a part-time job recently.
A part-time job is good, but don't overdo it. You just got married, so your health is the most important. That's why good food and sleep are the most important.
Yes, I understand. I won't do anything that will make me sick.
Oh, I also got some strawberries from a neighbor. I should have sent those too. Should I send them now?
No, it's fine. As long as it's not too much trouble for you, sis. I have to get back to work soon.
Understand, but please contact me if you really need help. Our parents have passed away, so I'm the only one you can rely on, right? My husband will also help, so don't hesitate.
Thank you, but I'll do my best as much as possible. I'm sorry for causing you worry. Talk to you later.
Hello, Cora. Thank you, always, for sending the vegetables. Hello, Ruby. It's okay. I enjoy sending them. I'm spacing out the deliveries. Is that okay? Please let me know if you think it's too much. No, it's always just the right amount. It's very helpful. I just received some cabbage and carrots. Sorry if they don't look very good. No, not at all. We always enjoy eating them. But seeing the vegetables you grow, I've become a little interested myself. Really? In farming? I'm not quite ready for that yet. I'm thinking of starting a home garden. That sounds good. There are quite a few things you can grow easily. And more than anything, growing them is fun. If you start and encounter any difficulties, feel free to consult with me. Thank you. I'm not strong enough to work. I hope to be a little support to Mateo. Oh, but it will cost money to get the tools. Actually, I heard a little from my brother. Life is tough. I see. As we get older, we have more weddings and funerals to attend. And there are a lot of irregular things. I really feel how hard it is just to live. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have intruded on your family affairs. But I'm worried because my brother tends to overdo things. Money issues can be stressful. Ruby, you're having a hard time too, aren't you? Are you okay? Compared to Mateo, it's nothing. So I secretly started a part-time job recently. Really? You haven't told my brother? Yes, not yet. But there are many days when I feel unwell and I can't earn at all. I wonder when the day will come when I can tell him about this. I see. Cora? I'm really embarrassed to ask this, but could you give us a little help? I'm worried about Mateo. I thought about asking my parents, but they're very strict. They might tell us to divorce. I don't mind helping, but when I asked Mateo before, he refused. Is that so? Yes, he said he wants to try a little harder himself. Oh, Mateo. If he hears that I asked for help, he might get angry. Mateo is kind. I don't think he'll get angry. But he might blame himself. Would it be difficult to give us some help secretly? I don't mind helping, but because it's about money, wouldn't it be better to discuss it with Mateo first? Then, He might not accept it. Mateo is trying hard with his other job now. I'll start repaying the money little by little soon. So could you please help us? I want to support him from behind for that time. Even if it's for a short time, please be there for him. I see, but I can only afford about $500 per month. Is that alright? Yes, that's fine. With $500, I can feed my husband a little bit better. I'll send the money soon. Thank you. I'll send you the bank account number later. Ruby, I'm sorry for the hardship. No, I chose Mateo. I don't regret it. He may be a bit unreliable, but Mateo is very kind. Please support him. I got it. Leave it to me. I will do my best with what I can.
Morning, sis. Thanks for yesterday. I was able to relax for the first time in a while.
Really? You rushed off, didn't you?
I stopped by during a business trip. I couldn't stay long.
Maybe, but... Oh, did you get home?
No, not yet. I'm taking a break in a highway parking area right now. But I was able to have a nice meal and I feel revived. Sis, thank you always.
Hey, Mateo. You were crying when you ate, weren't you?
That's because the homemade food from my sis was so good. I was moved.
But you said it had been a while since you had a human meal, right? Hey, something happened, didn't it? You evaded the question yesterday, but I'm still concerned.
I'm fine.
My husband was worried about you. You've lost a lot more weight than before.
You're worrying too much.
Then don't make yourself look like you need to be worried about. And what do you usually eat? I did make a bit of an effort to cook because Mateo was coming yesterday. But isn't Ruby making homemade food for you?
Well, yes.
And I'm sending vegetables and stuff. So haven't things gotten a little easier than before?
I wonder. Well, I'm fine.
Mateo, has life really not changed from before?
Well, it's so-so.
Don't dodge the question. I'm really serious.
Sis, it's my fault that my income is low, so I have to work hard.
You're working hard enough, aren't you? Why don't you take a look at your living expenses once in a while? You might not want me to be nosy about money, but I'll introduce you to a financial planner I know. You're not in debt, are you?
I'm not in debt.
But like I said before, I can't believe life has gotten this hard on Mateo's salary. I wonder why it's become like that.
I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing? I don't want an apology. I want a solution.
I might be done for.
What happened?
Everything was a lie.
What do you mean by a lie?
About Ruby.
Did something happen to Ruby?
Ruby isn't particularly weak. She just doesn't want to work, so she made it like that. And the struggle with living expenses are all due to Ruby's spending.
Do you mean Ruby is spending money?
After we got married, Ruby started to change gradually. About half a year ago, she started saying that I was an ATM. Of course, we talked about it many times, but by the time I realized it, it was too late.
What do you mean it's too late?
I can't stand up to Ruby.
What can I do?
But I said I would make everyone happy at the wedding. And you even paid for the wedding, sis. We were blessed by everyone and received various amounts of money. I feel so guilty about getting a divorce.
But if there's no love, shouldn't you break up?
I didn't know anymore. I was just doing my best to listen to Ruby. I think I might be messed up.
Mateo, you should take a break for a while.
But the company.
Never mind that. It'll work out somehow. When I saw you yesterday, you were completely worn out and had no spirit. I was really worried.
I'm sorry for causing trouble. I'm an adult, but I'm a pathetic man.
Anyway, come back home right now and talk about everything that has happened and rest properly. Hello, Ruby. Is it a good time? Hello, Cora. I was just about to contact you. I can't reach Mateo. Is he still in the hospital? Yes, he is. He hasn't been getting better. It seems he needs a bit more rest. Is that so? I'm sorry. Even though I was with him, I let Mateo collapse from overwork. And you've been supporting us, Cora. Yes, that's why I was surprised. He should have been able to eat proper meals. My brother has lost 22 pounds compared to before. Really? Since we were together every day, I didn't notice that he lost that much weight. When he comes back, I'll make sure he eats nutritious food. No, it's okay. You're probably only going to feed him useless food, aren't you? Excuse me? What do you mean? Weeds or your leftovers. What kind of food are you feeding my brother? I've heard everything. You've been using most of my brother's salary to buy whatever you want, haven't you? What are you talking about? I didn't do that. I've been monitoring your behavior for the past week. You get up in the afternoon, order food delivery, go out to play in the evening, go shopping and bar hopping. You've been spending my brother's hard-earned money like water, and yet you feed him garbage. What do you think my brother is? Well, that can't be helped. With my husband's low salary, I can't buy brand items unless I save. It's not my fault, it's Mateo's fault for not earning money. What? How can you not think you're the one at fault? Mateo promised to make me happy when we got married. So shouldn't Mateo be the one to make an effort? You must be out of your mind. It takes mutual effort to make a marriage happy. I married him because he works at a big company. But in reality, he has a poor salary which shocked me. This is fraud, isn't it? You're impossible. I heard that after getting married, you gradually started being violent towards him, both verbal and physical, wasn't it? Because of that, Mateo is now seeing a psychiatrist. Isn't he in the hospital? I heard he collapsed on a business trip. No, I called Mateo home to keep him away from you. Then please bring Mateo back home soon. He hasn't been home for a week. Payday is coming up soon, and I need money. Mateo is not coming back. He says he's getting a divorce from you. Are you kidding? Please let me talk to Mateo. You think that if you talk to Mateo, he won't oppose you. But the doctor told him to avoid contact with you, so it's impossible. But I can't get a divorce in this situation, can I? Because Mateo is mentally exhausted, right? It's amazing you can laugh after what you've done. You've taken money from me, and you think you're going to be forgiven? But there's no IOU. You're a really terrible person. I won't hold back anymore. I'm going to make you take responsibility. What responsibility are you talking about? Obviously, it's the responsibility for hurting Mateo. It's not just about money that I've learned from monitoring you for the past week. I also know you have a lover, and your lover is married too, right? I wonder what would happen if I contacted his wife. I don't have such a person. Do you? I know you're having secret meetings at hotels. It seems you both are careful because you're married. But I asked a professional to monitor you. The evidence of your adultery is also neatly recorded. Are you going to show it to the wife of my lover? Yes, and also to your parents. I heard they're strict, so I wonder what will happen. Your behavior towards your husband, your wasteful spending, and then adultery? I'm looking forward to what comes next. Wait a minute. Please don't tell my parents. They're the kind of people who casually use corporal punishment. But didn't you do the same to Mateo? You kicked him, threw things at him, didn't you? I'll apologize to Mateo. Please, just don't do that. Cora, please. I'll do anything, even kneel. The first thing you need to do is to divorce, and then you have to pay Mateo alimony. But alimony? I don't have any savings and I can't pay. You can sell the things you've bought so far and it will help a bit, right? You seem to have a lot. If you sell everything, you'll have a reasonable amount of money. No, but there are things I've bought with great effort. Then I'll go ahead and report as it is. I will somehow make money. From now on, I'll work little by little and pay it back. So please don't tell my parents. You think I'll believe your lies? This time it's true, so please believe me. I'm sorry. I've been deceived by you many times before. I've already made arrangements. What do you mean? Your parents just arrived there. They also have evidence of your infidelity, so please take responsibility for what you've done. No way! Are you lying? Stop joking! Cora, please correct it to my parents. There's nothing to correct, is there? This is a result of your neglecting to make an effort in your marriage. There's no one left who's on your side. Reflect on how you've hurt my family. And then Ruby was beaten by her in-laws and signed and handed over the divorce papers. Ruby's parents were indeed quick to use their hands, and it seems they didn't raise her in a commendable way. I feel sorry for her in that respect, but they're strict people, so they've settled the matter of compensation properly. Also, since I sent evidence of the adultery to the family of the lover, it seems there was a battlefield there as well. I heard that Ruby is now working around the clock under her parents' supervision, paying for the alimony and repaying me. A mutual friend of my brother saw Ruby once, and I heard she had lost a lot of weight and didn't look like she used to. Even so, I don't feel sorry for her. She's just in the same state as my brother. I don't know how much debt she still owes to her parents, but I hope she works hard and takes responsibility on her own. On the other hand, my brother has gained weight by taking a slow rest and has returned to his previous bright face. He now doesn't understand why he was under Ruby's control, and it seems his emotional wounds are healing. Also, I heard that Ruby was throwing away the vegetables I sent, and she was purposely limiting my brother's meals to a minimum. My brother felt sorry for me about that, didn't want me to know, and couldn't say anything. I think he thought that if he endured it because he knew about Ruby's family situation. It's probably because my brother is too kind that Ruby was controlling his life. He's going to return to work next month, so I think I'll let him rest at home until then. I'm a little worried, but I think he'll be fine when I see him now. I intend to keep watching over my brother, who has overcome so much, from behind the scenes.
Annoying incoming calls. Don't keep calling me over and over.
Barry, what time do you think it is? You need to learn some limits.
Annoying old woman.
Old woman? You think it's okay to say that?
What's wrong with calling an old woman an old woman?
Oh, really? If you're going to use that kind of language, maybe I'll distribute your old photos around the neighborhood. Like the ones of you wetting the bed and crying.
What? Stop it.
Alright, maybe I should have your childhood friend Iris take them to school.
Seriously, stop.
You're still a middle school student. You're a child under your parents' protection. If you don't come home right now, I'm going to start making copies and distributing them to everyone in town.
Annoying.
By the way, I heard you got into a fight with kids from another school. I can go give them some photos too, you know. I'll introduce myself as Barry's mother.
Seriously annoying.
If you don't like it, come home quickly. I go to the trouble of making dinner every day, and you don't even come home to eat. Your father and I are really angry, you know. If this continues, we have some thoughts.
Thoughts? What are you talking about?
I'm not going to tell you. Just don't underestimate your parents. Or are you getting carried away because you're called the toughest guy in town? Was it the strong ones come at me? You're talking like a character from an anime I heard.
Who did you hear that from? Was it Iris too?
I can't disclose my source of information. I want to keep getting leaks.
I'm not the one starting fights. They come at me on their own. There are guys targeting my friends.
I think it's great that you're fighting to protect your friends. Getting hit hurts, and hitting others hurts too. Fighting is all about pain. But the fact that you have the courage to face it, I honestly think that's great.
Of course.
But I am your mother. I'm worried. I believe you're not doing anything off the beaten path. But I wonder if you're not being mistreated, or if you're troubled by something.
I see.
You wouldn't want your friends to be mistreated by anyone, would you? Just like that, I would be sad if you were hurt.
Parents and friends are different.
The feelings of concern for someone don't change. Just like you worry about someone, your father and I are worried about you. I just want you to remember that.
I'm already 15. I can decide what I want to do myself. So leave me alone.
Sweetie, listen. You can say that when you're working and living independently.
Seriously annoying. You're the one who decided to have me. I have my own thoughts. Don't think I'll just do whatever my parents tell me to.
I don't expect you to do as you're told, but you need to improve at least your basic behavior. Come home early and eat your meals properly. Try not to get into fights if possible. Remember, you can rely on me or other adults around you when you're in trouble, okay?
Adults shouldn't interfere in children's fights.
Oh, so you admitted you're a child.
Don't nitpick.
Anyway, come home early this week. I'm going to be away from home starting next week. I want to have a long talk with you.
I'm busy too.
But you'll come home, won't you? I know you're a kind child. Mom will make a lot of your favorite foods. At least for this week. Eat your meals at home.
Don't just decide things on your own.
Yes, but I will be waiting for you. Barry, are you done with school?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm on my way to the tutoring school now.
Make sure you eat something before you go to tutoring. You'll be home after 8 p.m., right?
Yeah, around that time. So, what's up? You must have something you want to talk about if you're calling me, Mom.
Yes, exactly. I need you to buy some milk on your way home from tutoring. I'll give you the money later. Can you do that for me?
Understood.
Speaking of which, I heard from Iris. Was it the nationwide mock test for first-year high school students at the tutoring school the other day? I heard you did really well.
It's not that big of a deal.
What are you talking about? You scored around 70 in deviation value, didn't you? I don't know much about these things, but that was amazing, right?
It's because I've been studying. Iris did even better than me.
Iris has always been good at studying, hasn't she? I thought she was smart from a long time ago, and she did well in her studies. Isn't the deviation value of the high school she's attending now about 40? What happened?
What do you mean, what happened? I wasn't listening in class in middle school. Of course, I couldn't get into a good school. I just improved because I studied.
Is that so? Well, I think it's good that you became interested in studying as a student. I was a bit surprised. I was worried when you suddenly said you wanted to go to a tutoring school. I thought you hit your head or something.
I started to think about various things when I became a high school student. I played hard in middle school.
You've become a different person since graduating from middle school, haven't you? You went from blonde to black hair, and you stopped going out at night. You've changed so suddenly. I wonder what made you change.
It was because of cancer.
What?
I found out at the end of middle school that you had cancer, Mom. I happened to see you taking medicine. And when I secretly checked the medicine, it was an anti-cancer drug.
Is that so?
Come to think of it, I remember there were days when you were away from home for about 2 weeks. I asked Dad and he told me that you had undergone cancer surgery.
Your father promised not to tell. You should have told me if you knew. It's embarrassing to pretend that nothing happened.
Why didn't you tell me, Mom?
I didn't want to worry you. Besides, it's not like I'm going to die immediately.
You wouldn't know that. Even if the surgery was successful, you're taking medicine because it might metastasize or recur, right? I read that the chances are high in your stage.
Well, yes, but...
I understand why you didn't tell me when I was a kid. I was out playing and not listening and saying things that hurt you. I think I was the worst. Even though you asked me to come home, I ignored you.
It's okay. What's in the past is in the past.
No, it's not. I thought it was wrong. I regretted it a lot when I found out you had cancer. I was wondering how anxious you must have been. Even though you were sick, I was just being rebellious. I caused a lot of trouble.
Barry.
I'm really sorry. I trampled all over your feelings.
That phase was necessary for you.
Can you forgive me?
This isn't about forgiveness. Just the fact that you come home makes me happy. But I can't believe you became serious because I had cancer. You're really adorable.
This isn't a laughing matter. And it's not like I decided to become serious. I have a different goal.
What do you mean?
I'm thinking of becoming a doctor. That's why I'm studying.
A doctor?
It would be convenient to have a doctor in the house. I want to make sure you can feel safe if you get sick in the future.
Of course, I'll support you if that's what you want to do. Is that really what you want to do? You're not thinking like that because of my cancer, are you?
I'm able to study because I want to do it.
I see. Then I will support you. But if you find something else that you can be more passionate about, you can give up being a doctor. You have the right to decide your own future.
I know. But for now, I don't intend to give up.
You've suddenly become so admirable. It seems like a lie that you were like that in middle school. We were always fighting so much. The growth of children is really fast.
Isn't it better for parents now?
What are you saying? Whether it's now or when you were in middle school, you're a kind son to be proud of.
I see.
Even though you were always sassy, you always replied to my messages. I thought you were really honest and cute.
Oh, enough. It's embarrassing.
Sorry. You know, Barry, I'm really glad I got to hear your feelings, and I'm sorry for keeping things from you until now.
It's okay. I was wrong too.
And I was really happy when you told me you wanted to become a doctor. It looks like I'm going to be hospitalized again.
What? You're kidding.
I'm sorry for the sudden news. Your dad told me to talk to you properly, but I just couldn't until today. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Why? You're not at fault, Mom. Don't apologize.
Because you're working so hard.
Forget about me for now. Did it recur? Or did it metastasize?
It recurred. Whether I can have surgery or not is a bit uncertain. They're going to conduct thorough examinations before starting treatment, so it seems like it's going to be a long time this time.
Why? Why does it have to be you, Mom?
Really? Why? I don't know either.
Mom, how are you feeling today?
Yeah, as usual. The hat you bought me was complimented by the nurse. Your sense of style is good, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's better than wearing a strange wig. It was like a wig you'd wear for a performance or a game. Dad seems to have ordered a proper one, so wear a hat until then. The other patients would be surprised by that wig.
What? Didn't everyone laugh? I thought it was popular.
What if making them laugh too much worsens their condition?
Didn't you know? Laughter eliminates cancer cells.
It increases natural killer cells, right?
That's right. It shows that you're aiming to be a doctor.
Well, I learned that from a manga though.
Whatever. It's important to take in any information, right?
Well, maybe. Mom, are you feeling okay? I heard from Dad that the side effects are hitting you hard. If there's anything you want, I'll bring it.
There are tough times, but if it can cure cancer, I can handle this much. But it was a bit shocking when I lost my hair. That's why I was so happy to have the hat.
If there's another good one, I'll buy it.
Because I have this hat, I'm okay. Hey Barry, thank you so much. I'm so happy that you've grown up to be such a straight person. That was the happiest thing in my life.
Stop it.
What?
It's past tense. It sounds like last words. You don't have to say such things. Without you, Mom, I might go back to being a delinquent. So don't say such things.
But I want to tell you what I'm thinking now. I don't know what will happen from now on. I want to tell you while I'm still conscious.
Don't be pessimistic. My mom isn't that weak. She's not someone who would lose to cancer.
Barry.
I'm frustrated that I can't do anything. I wish I could defeat your cancer. I wish I had cancer instead of you.
Hey, don't say such things. I would be sadder if you were sick.
I feel the same way. I want to do more to repay you and Dad. I want to repay you for all the troubles I've caused you.
You're already being filial.
What?
The greatest act of filial piety is that you were born. Such a good child coming to me and your father. That's enough.
Mom.
There's something I've decided with the doctor, whether to have surgery or not.
What?
Even if I have surgery, it doesn't mean it won't recur. I don't know if I can successfully remove all of it. If it doesn't go well, the time left for me is really limited. I'm really struggling.
What if you don't have surgery?
Radiation therapy to slow the progress of the cancer. I don't know what will happen. The possibility of a complete cure may be low.
Then isn't it better to have surgery?
That might be the case, but I'm scared and can't decide. I think about what if it doesn't go well. I want to see more of your growth. I want to live with your dad.
I know it's selfish, but I want you to live. Even though you're suffering now. I know it's cruel to tell you to hang in there. Live until I become a doctor. I will definitely become one. Even if you get sick, I will be able to cure you.
Barry.
I know it's really scary, but Dad and I are with you. I'm going to make you laugh a lot, enough to make the cancer disappear. Contact me right away when you're in pain, and I'll respond properly. I will also visit you every day.
Since you're studying hard, every day is fine. But I think I'll be in touch.
That's fine. Please do a lot. I'll do anything for you. So let's overcome this together.
Really, you're not fair. If you say so, I have to do my best.
I'm sorry.
But maybe I wanted you to push my back like this. I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up at all. So I'll do my best. You and your father are with me.
It'll be absolutely fine. Because you're the mother of the biggest delinquent in town. There's no way I'll lose to cancer.
Oh, stop it. Are you going to talk about being a delinquent again? Don't make me laugh. My tears are coming back.
Don't laugh. Well, laughing might be better for curing cancer, but this is not the time to laugh.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Mom.
Hmm?
I'm just happy to be alive. I feel the same way. So don't lose, Mom, because I'm going to make you live longer. After that, my mom underwent a difficult surgery and continued her battle with cancer. Thanks to her perseverance and the doctor's treatments, the cancer disappeared and she was able to be discharged from the hospital. When my mom came home, she hugged me with a beaming smile. I felt a bit embarrassed, but I was truly happy. Since then, she has been living healthily without any recurrence or metastasis and continues to undergo regular checkups. 3 years have passed since then, and I was able to fulfill my dream of entering medical school. I wasn't able to cure my mom's cancer, but considering she's healthier now, I pray that there won't be a need for me to treat her. Even though I'm aiming to become a doctor, I believe that the greatest happiness is not having to go to one. Living life means that you or your loved ones will inevitably experience illness at some point. In times like that, I want to be able to help, to become a doctor who can make a difference for people who are fighting and suffering like my mom. To avoid regrets of what I should have done back then, I want to continue expressing my honest feelings and cherish the people I care about.